All right, first in the morning with entertainment. Morgan joins us now, and more details coming out from the set of MobLand.
Yes, so we talked about this on the show. Sources were saying and insiders were saying that Tom Hardy had been fired from MobLand. This is Paramount TV's show that people really, really love. This also stars Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren. At the time we heard, and once again, this has not been confirmed officially, but at the time we had heard he was trying to do script changes and he was late, which is unfortunately a bit of a reputation that Tom Hardy has on previous sets where he shows up late. Well, now a source is telling The Hollywood Reporter that he kept Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren waiting while he was in his trailer for hours. A power play that this source has called career suicide. Now, here's the deal. He wrapped up season 2. Season 3 has not been confirmed yet. So we will see him in season 2. But if season 3 goes forward, and we're assuming he won't be a part of it, that will start shooting in September. But once again, we've talked about this before about his reputation. George Miller, the director on Mad Max Fury Road, he said there's no excuse for it in terms of his behavior because he was apparently late on that set as well. And then Patrick Stewart, I just found this out, in a memoir, in his memoir where he had worked with Tom, he referred to him as, quote, an odd, solitary young man who, quote, wouldn't engage with any of us on a social level.
Now, very interesting. Yeah. I'm surprised to hear this because this is an old joke. I refuse to come out of my trailer. I'm not coming out of my trailer.
Yeah.
And for Tom Hardy to do this, particularly with Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren on set, I'd love to hear what they think of this because they're kind of like pros, right, when it comes to the acting.
It just shows that you can hit legendary status in terms of the movies you've worked on. You don't have to act that way. So it is sad. But listen, people are mad. When we talked about this show we put our story up on YouTube and over 100,000 views, tons of comments. People are kind of devastated if he is off this show because they feel like this is Tom Hardy's show. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, I agree with you. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
don't do that to
can't hold the entire.
Mirren.
Yeah.
Don't do that to Pierce.
Right. No. Exactly. All right. Joe Jonas is opening up about the time he auditioned for actually the morning show.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Not this one.
And he didn't make it.
Yeah.
He didn't get it.
He says he bombed.
He says he bombed so bad. So I love when people are open about bad auditions. So he just launched a new podcast with his brothers called Hey Jonas, and it's pretty cool. He opens up about how he was put in a private room, and I'm assuming because he's a Jonas brother, but he could hear all the other auditions, and all the other auditions were really well done. People were laughing and joking. So here's what he had to say about the moment he stepped into the audition room. What happened? Take a look.
And I could hear clear as day all the guys auditioning. And these guys
killing it?
Were crushing it. Like, oh my God. And I go in and I just like crash and burn.
Bad auditions happen.
Apparently, he was like, I'm going to go off script. Forgot all his words. He said it was bad. Apparently, the role that he was going after is Brody Hartman.
Yep.
That's the conservative podcaster played by Boyd Holbrook, who's so good. And listen,
really
a seasoned actor. Not to say Joe Jonas can't act, but like, that's tough when you're going up against some very seasoned actors.
Well, not only that, but you don't want to sit there eavesdropping on everyone's,
especially when you hear, I'm sure Jen is, because she plays opposite him quite a bit, the character.
Yeah.
She's also a producer, and they're all laughing at the other actors' audition, and you know they're killing it, and you're just sitting there going,
I'd be like dripping sweat just listening to all that going on.
Having done the audition circuit back after university, it just makes you you run to the toilet.
I love that.
It makes you very right. That's the upside.
Yeah. Really now I have a whole other visual. But can I just tell you real quick, I've heard other people's interviews before I go in to do a big interview, and when they're all laughing, you're like, all right, it's going to go good. And if you don't get that laugh in the first minute, you're like, oh, this is bomb.
Right.
I've heard other people's interviews go so well, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But so much expectation.
Also, you run to the bathroom.
Right. All right, just quickly, Susan Boyle is back with some new music, first in a decade.
We are calling this a radical transformation. Please bring up the before and after. If you remember Susan Boyle, she made huge news around the world when she came in second with Britain's Got Talent back in 2009. She dropped her album, I Dreamed a Dream. It sold 10 million copies worldwide. We have not seen her in a while. And look at this transformation, the beautiful hair, the nails. She's in studio. Katy Perry commented, "I dreamt this dream," in terms of this makeover and her being back in studio, which is a play on the album that came out, more than 10 years ago. Someone wrote, "Anna Wintour better sleep with one eye open." And here's...
I was thinking
look at
that.
her
It's like
hair.
she's channeling Anna Wintour with the big shave.
Yeah.
Oh, this moment
Do you
was
remember
the
this,
best.
though?
She's saying, "I dreamed a dream from Les Mis."
And nobody thought she was going to sound like this, right? Everyone kind of prejudged her. She comes out, blew everybody away. But also, she had a stroke in 2022 and then sort of stayed out of the limelight while she was healing. So this is a huge comeback for her. And she said, "A new era starts tomorrow."